And hello. No one watches us. No. Just kidding.
Good start.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Just existential dread.
No.
We go into like a therapy session.
Yeah. Welcome to this evening's session of the Dark Barrel.
The Dark Barrel.
Darkville.
What is this stream sponsored by, Tyler?
Tonight's stream is brought to you by the painted lines on the road that tell you how to drive.
You heard it here. The painted
And on
lines.
On the highway, they're a lot bigger than you think.
The painted lines that vary in size.
Yeah.
That is what is sponsoring this episode.
Because you know when they're white, it's a one way.
This reminds me of a story, for legal reasons, is a joke. Where one time I was with a group of two friends that aren't these group of friends, but Bledsoe, I'll just name him Bledsoe. His car was overheating, and so we had to pull off on the side of the highway, and we were on 20 in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, I just really need to pee. I peed in the middle of the highway. It was magical. And that was a joke. Wink.
Goodbye.
It was wild. Anyways.
I love you, Mac.
Hey, thanks. I love you.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by Mac peeing in the middle of a highway.
A wink.
Yes.
You should have renamed the character Rondon.
Well, Rana will pee anywhere, really.
Anyways.
Anyways,
This session will be a little shorter than most, just because I'm very tired.
I don't blame you.
And we gotta take care of ourselves.
So, without further ado, let's get down to it. So, when we last left off, our current party, having defeated a strange aberration stomach-like creature through combat, slicing it in half, the barbarian had, delved deep into its stomach, crawled out, and sliced it in twain. Shortly after, it seemed as though some people began to funnel back into the Great Abyss district of Onor. As the body of this slain creature began to rumble, the eyes began to wriggle themselves free from their sockets, from the large mass, almost like birthing pustules as they began to flap about the cavern and return deep within the depths. Rondon managed to capture one of them in a sack. And shortly after, you were approached by one Gald, the shard-mind individual, this crimson gemstone-like humanoid person who was who worked at the Crystal Peaks jewelry shop and gemstone shop, had approached you all, and there were some secret conversations had through telepathy, kind of letting you know that Gald is also distrustful of Kretchik, who is one of the council members of Onor. Not much could be said. However, it was in their best interest to get the Baron back, as Gald seemed to be the tentative, unofficial arcanist of Onor. They offered you a place to rest, and as you took to your rest back, teleporting back into Crystal Peaks and beneath the actual shop itself, there were multiple beds where you discovered that they actually bring people in who are not fortunate enough to have homes. Some people who just need a rest off the streets. And so, as you began to take to your rest and your washes and your meals, something strange happened with Eric that led to an encounter with the Dreamcatcher. It seems the Dreamcatcher had come to warn you all about the Abyss and give you general knowledge, and some information was exchanged there. It was after that rest that you all took to the Abyss, using your wild shapes, polymorphs, and flies, or mounts that you have. You all descended deeper and deeper into the darkness of the great abyss of Onor, passing down this large, I would say colossal, quarry spanning about 2-3 miles across. Descending further down into darkness as you saw several tunnels that were carved into the sides of this large cylindrical shaft, with these luminous stone lanterns kind of lighting up all around you, like just faint flickering lights. And soon enough, there was nothing but darkness before you. And as you continue to descend, eventually the spell wore off on this creature, and they took a quick dive into what seemed to be an illusory wall. As you all continued into this illusory kind of stone wall here, you managed to see that there was actually a tunnel that was carved seemingly almost perfectly, either man-made or most likely magic. Stepping further within, acquainting yourselves with some of the creatures that delve deep beneath this, Veristwohl. You continued forward as you did some battle with some strange creatures, and eventually you met a split in the path, 3 different directions. To the leftmost side was some voices that you could hear. To the middle was something you could smell, like some kind of like a mineral, like moisture, something of water that you could smell. And to the far right, you could smell like a very musty smell, like mildew almost. And you began to investigate the leftmost path, where you found 2 individuals there. One who was a kind of dark, almost like a brown and reddish toned skinned individual with devil-like wings, a very large head, who referred to themselves as Jujo. This seemingly self-proclaimed oracle that would assist you all in trading knowledge and information for mutual benefit, and with their partner, who you know as Brackish, this kind of like pale purple and pinkish, kind of brown splotched creature with a singular eye that is green. There's different kinds of bone spikes going down their back. Information was traded, and it was disseminated to you that Brackish was not always this way, and that it seems as though they were a powerful legendary warrior of Veristwohl who had befallen a terrible fate. And it was Jujo's goal to procure as much magical knowledge as possible to someday hopefully revert the effects of Brackish. As you answered your questions, and as the information was exchanged, they left you with a final thought to where Kwansang's parents might be, as well as divulging their names and the location of where to find them in Veristwohl, within the continent of Grimhild, in the city of Karasdol, deep within the darkest dungeons of a warlord known as Skullrick. And as they accepted the knowledge that you had, they felt it was best for them to move on. There was no more information that they could seek. And as Jujo enveloped Brackish in these large red leathery bat-like wings, they dissolved into motes of scattering blackness. And that is where we pick up tonight's session of The Dark Veil.
And we're here. And we're back.
And we're back.
All right, so I just want you to know that none of your recap was live, so please do it again.
Yeah. Oh no, your mic was off.
We wanted to tell you, but it was too cute to watch.
Honestly, I'm kind of stoked to know this information about Kwansang's parents. Like, how what they do to get locked up?
They're in jail.
Yeah. Are they?
I'll tell you what they did. They're drug cartels.
They went
Well,
to
it makes
Yale,
sense.
man.
What'd you say, Tyler?
Oh, I was gonna start talking, and then Brandon started speaking Spanish, and I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I said they went to Yale, man. They're very educated.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, that's
Okay.
racist. Just
Okay.
because
Wow.
you said it in an accent doesn't mean it's Spanish.
What the fuck?
I
Just
didn't.
cut this part out. We can't cut things out anymore.
My
They're
brain
live.
didn't register words. I just heard
excuse Tyler
a voice.
as a representative.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Carla, you're still falling somewhere. Probably.
All right, so okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
As we bring it back in, suddenly everyone kind of shocked with this new knowledge. Kwansang, you look over at Eric suddenly, and the shadow that you had only been able to see before through the eye of Aragoth suddenly peels through to this plane of existence. As suddenly he is suddenly just pulled into nothingness, just...
As this happens, I look around. Does everybody else see it?
Happens to me all the time.
Okay. I'll say Dane notices it with his passive perception.
Part of me was... Oh, go for it, Drew.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say part of me was like half expecting like Kwansang to look over at Balefire, or not Balefire, Eric, and just look away and look back at Balefire, and then all of a sudden, or Eric, and then all of a sudden Balefire's there. I'm like,
Would you like to try that again?
no, not really.
Good lord.
I struggled on that the first time around. The second time won't be any better.
I struggled. I mean,
So Eric just got yeeted into darkness.
yeah.
It's
So I-
fine. He's probably at the gym. I mean, his arms were looking kind of scrawny, and I didn't want to tell him, but he could benefit from going to the gym.
Seeing that Dane sees this, I go. I tried to warn him.
I'm not sure there was anything that could have been done. I hear he's got family obligations in the shadow realm.
Is that where?
Remind me to never mess with that guy.
Okay.
I really, I guess, I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm trying to think okay, all right. So I guess Kwansang would just kind of scurry around Eric, where are you? Eric, are you hiding?
You hear no response, but suddenly from the chamber behind you, you suddenly hear Katrina and the Waves walking on sunshine. Suddenly, and you can see Balefire just walking jauntily.
I'm walking on sunshine.
Oh, stop it there.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
I've got light on my scimitars, just like
Sure.
to the
Bill,
beat.
Bill, you're making too much noise. Quiet down. I said, Bill, quiet down.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I haven't had any trouble down here. Have you?
You've not had any trouble because we've been dealing with it.
Oh, well, thank you.
You can see that Dane is like, he's got like kind of dried blood coming down his forehead, several kind of like bite marks all over his clothing and his shoulders.
Well, if you hadn't have pushed me down, I would have been able to help.
Well, if
Speaking
you hadn't
of-
been feeling unwell, I wouldn't have had to push you down.
Speaking of
I
people
swear,
falling
if
down
you-
holes, where's Rava?
She.
She's still falling.
He missed the hole. He just kinda...
Yeah.
Story of my life.
I didn't catch the fall on.
It's like Yzma, just like it's
Yeah.
just continually flying.
By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
I thought she was with you.
Oh wow.
She's probably at the gym with Eric. I mean, should make a great spotting partner.
This is
Eric-
a real Scooby Doo trademark.
Eric's at the gym.
Situation.
I mean, I'm assuming so. I mean, that's where I go when I disappear.
Eric disappeared.
Oh yeah, Eric disappeared.
Well,
But it's fine.
Is he
I
all
don't-
right?
Family obligations.
his yeah, Shadow Realm.
In Greendale.
What?
Green.
I know it's Greenwood. I know it's Greenwood, but
Bill.
Bill.
You got so
Alright.
much to learn.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, anybody who ends up listening to this or watching this, I'm so sorry.
oh god, nope.
We don't know how to respond to all of this.
What happened?
Well, we followed this eye monster after pushing down the hole. That is, followed this eye monster on Dane, and then Eric was on his bee, or lightning bug. He was for some reason I want to think it's a bee, but it's a lightning bug. We found this hole, which surprisingly you found. I mean, it was a little bit difficult for us because we had to really focus in on it, and we were also hesitant because we were like, "Oh, what could be in there? There could be dangerous things that would eat us right away." So we walked right in, and these things that looked like rocks, they started attacking us, but they weren't rocks. They were.
I meant to Eric.
Oh, well then he just disappeared.
You don't know if he's all right.
He'll be fine, I'm assuming.
Is there a way for us to know?
Eric, you fine?
Oh yeah, totally. Thank you.
That really sounded like Kronk, not Eric.
Oh
What's a
yeah.
Well,
I'll be
it's a
fine.
movie.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Um,
Hoping that Eric's message thing, because he can talk to me and sometimes I can talk back to him, is still up. Eric, are you all right?
I'm totally fine. Don't worry about it. Balefire.
Yeah, you know, Balefire, I just...
all right, we're all taking our turns pretending to be Mike.
I
You
just
have
had some
reached the
stuff I had
voicemail
to
box
deal with.
Hi, you're a ball.
I go, stop, or whatever he did that one time.
Retreat, you mean?
Yeah,
retreat!
retreat.
I think that was like the first.
That was so funny, dude.
First
I
episode.
think back to that all the time.
The serpent.
Just a second.
Retreat.
Do I hear anything though?
You can hear this kind of like a muffled very soft response that just says, "I'll be fine, just go on ahead. There's something I have to deal with."
And then in the background for him, you hear, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Get it? 'Cause it's the opposite of Carla walking on sunshine.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Have you all found the Baron?
Well,
Do you know where he is? Obviously, he's not here, so you haven't found him. But do you know where?
Let me paint a picture of what you see, Balefire, because you were just coming into this. Taking a left in the fork, in the fork in the road, or the tunnels rather, you came upon this winding path that eventually leads to a sort of, I guess, a very well-lived kind of campground. You can see that there are basic commodities here. Basic provisions. You can see that there are sleeping cots, as well as this burning blue campfire. That it seems to burn forever. It doesn't seem as though the wood or whatever kind of fuel inside of this campfire is being consumed at all. And there are several kind of just different belongings scattered across this place that they didn't seem to bother picking up at all.
Creatures were here. I say as I'm like walking around, and I want to look for spell scrolls. Because you said there's
spouse girls?
spell scrolls, because there's a bunch of shit lying around, right, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to investigate.
Sure. So go ahead and make an investigation check then.
15 plus... Where's my miss? 5. 20.
Okay, 20 total. Taking a look around the campsite, you can see that there are bags filled with unrefined and uncut amethyst crystals.
Okay. I take them. How many are there?
I'll say total, you find 3 bags of unrefined and uncut amethyst crystals.
Is it in D&D Beyond?
No.
Okay, never mind then. I don't know how to add it.
So you can go to your Manage Inventory tab.
Okay. Manage equipment.
Manage Equipment, yep. And then it should say Custom Item or something like that.
Okay.
You hit the plus thing there, and then you can add the name of it, and it'll show up on your inventory. You see it?
Custom item. Add custom item.
Yeah, and then you can change the name of it.
Hold on. What is it named?
Just put 3 bags of uncut and unrefined amethyst crystals.
How do you spell amethyst? What is it?
Amethyst is AMETHYST.
That's all I find.
No. You also find what looks like a scattering of papers. One that seems to draw your attention more than the others. It looks like it's a crude depiction of the prime deities holding these glowing orbs with question marks all around them and in a language that you don't understand.
Is it the picture Donnie drew?
No.
Okay.
It looks like it. It's a very crude depiction.
Okay. But with question marks all over it?
Question marks all over the glowing orbs.
Can I do... Can I check to see if it is magical? If this piece of paper is magical. Contains magic.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check to see if you recognize any magic on the page. You won't be able to sense any kind of magical aura. That's a detect magic spell. But
gotcha.
if there are any kind of magical clues on this, you'll be able to.
I got a 16 plus 8.
Okay.
So that's high. I don't want to do the math. Thank you.
No discernible magic on this paper. No kind of arcane sigils or anything like that. But you do recognize the symbology here, and it's just, or the symbolism, sorry, in that it does have something to do with the prime deities, and it seems like there's some kind of magical focus on this, but given that you're not able to understand the language that some of these notes are written in, you don't really know exactly what it could mean.
Is that all I find?
No. You also find what looks like a bowl, a clay bowl filled with what looks like several small, different shaped bones.
Okay.
And you find that within the campfire itself, kind of not directly on the perimeter that you could see from the outside, by kind of peering in, you can see these blue glowing crystals that appear to be fueling this fire seemingly endlessly.
Oh, so it's crystals that are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do, like, if I touch the crystals, will I get burned? Is that like an insight?
You're not sure. You can make an Arcana check to see if you recognize anything like this.
Okay. Oh, the boy, I'm rolling good. Okay, that's a 19 plus 8.
19 plus 8. Okay, so thinking back to the Silver Wand Academy, this isn't necessarily something that would have been covered here, but it's something that you remember picking up a book from, of just magical ores and crystals that you can find all around Veristool. These are what are known as arcane flame crystals. They are crystals that can, when burned, produce an eternal flame that produces heat but does not burn.
Ooh. I take them. And since we already have my daylight on my scimitars, I put them in my bag.
Okay. So you stick your hand in the fire, and while you feel the warmth and the comfort from it, it doesn't burn to the touch. In fact, the crystals themselves are probably a good, I would say, maybe, how big is this? Like, maybe about 8 inches. They kind of taper to a point, and they seem to be rounder on the top of one side.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good, maybe 8 to 9 inches tall, and they appear to be finely carved to that point, though the point itself isn't like a needle point. It kind of cuts off at the end, so it's like a flat base.
Okay. To be fair with the game, I'm already carrying 38 pounds worth of stuff.
We're not really dealing with encumbrance.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many of them are there? How many of them are there?
I'll say you find 6 of them.
Okay. 6, what are they called? Crystals? Fire crystals? Arcane flame crystals?
That's correct.
Okay. Without going back to the group yet, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages on myself while I'm touching that piece of paper of the deities. So, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. Also, you understand any written language that you see. But you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Gotcha. Okay, so as you cast Comprehend Language, does this have a casting time?
It's one action.
One action. Okay, so
I take a pinch of soot and salt and spray it on the piece of paper.
Now it's illegible.
Before I touch it.
Okay, and you place your hand on there, and suddenly the words come to life. They gain meaning, and detailed within these scattered pages are they're just different passages concerning different mysteries dealing with the prime deities. But a lot of this is really common knowledge. One that really gets your attention, however, is this passage in particular, and it's the one that you saw with the depiction of the prime deities holding these orbs. It says, "This symbolism, something hidden within plain sight, great wells of power. Where do these orbs come from? History details nothing of this. This mystery shall soon be unraveled."
Damn it! I've been wondering what the fuck these crystals mean for so long. I was hoping I would get a little insight, but it's the same questions I've had. Okay, can you send me that? I won't have to write it all down.
Yes.
Kwansen, Dane, Rondon, have you seen this? And I pointed at them. Or I show it to them.
We haven't. We had just gotten done speaking with the folks who were here when you walked in. We haven't had time to do anything else.
It's the deities.
I have seen the deities, yeah. But I've not
course.
seen that.
In person, yeah. If we take a picture and put it on my heritage, it'll animate them.
That's actually a fact.
Yeah.
Do any of us understand the language that it's written in?
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, Gnomish, and Quarry.
Nope.
I read it to them.
What about giant?
Nope.
All right, I tried.
I don't think I have anything really.
What language is it, Brennan?
You don't know, but you can read it.
Oh, cool. I read it to them. So, it's curious.
If you want to identify the language, Kwanseng, I'll say I'll give you a roll since you are an adept linguist.
Sure. What would you like me to roll?
Go ahead and just roll intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
Okay. 1 second here. Of course, my Twitch signed me out again, so.
Oof.
Give me a token. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
515. Give me that token. 515. Excuse me. Authorize. So intelligence plus proficiency, you said?
Yes.
So plus 3, so it's 4 plus 19. 23. Yeah. First roll of the night was a 19.
What's up?
We'll take it.
Uh, 23. You have no idea.
Wow.
Dang, that's a high AC.
Sounds like you needed to get a natural 20.
So it's hold on, hold please. It's not Quarry, Sylvan, or Druidic?
Nope.
Or Common?
It was common. No.
Oh, rats.
Or wait. I have Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
None.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Surprisingly, it was actually just gibberish.
Yeah. You've been thinking about this way too hard.
And Bale's just like, I understand it.
Pig Latin or something like that.
Do any of these things interest you? And I pull out the 6 arcane flames and the cat.
Pull out the cat.
The 3 bags of uncut, unrefined amethyst crystals. And I show it to Dane or Kwansang. Rondon's not a spellcaster, so.
Excuse you.
Oh, are you?
You're right. I'm not a spellcaster. I
Oh.
can cast runes though that seem like spells.
He's like, I need some chunky jewelry.
I want to look fly.
Got him.
I vaguely remember there being something I was gonna look for full amethyst for, but I don't remember what it was.
Would you like a bag?
I'll take a bag. That might be useful. Thank you. And I will take a bag.
Cool.
Is there any detailed amount that I should note down, or just one bag?
1 bag of uncut, unrefined amethyst crystal.
How big is the bag?
It's not terribly large. It's probably a good, like a softball size.
Okay. Got it.
Do you fellas have an idea of where we can find the Baron?
Well, I've got notes, but I don't remember what we learned from whom. I think we learned of the Amethyst Dragon from the Dreamcatcher, no?
Dreamcatcher, I'm sorry.
That's right, you were fallen for all of it.
Well, we.
The Baron is being held by an Amethyst Dragon named Uldred, the Lord of Amethyst. He is an ancient dragon-adjacent being with wit and cunning beyond anything we can imagine.
Why does he want the Baron?
Is that something we covered?
Shit.
Nope. You asked how to get there and pretty much every other question, but why is not a question you asked.
Dude, we nailed it.
Damn it.
we had a guy in front of us that could answer any question. And our
And
only
those questions came at a cost.
Yeah, but they were I feel like we got some good answers. I guess we missed out on why, but
Yeah.
we're gonna get down there and we're gonna find out that the Baron's actually the bad guy or something like that.
Plot twist, damn.
We know
Spoiler.
that
Spoilers.
this Uldred is using the Baron to hold crystals, the shards, the same way that I hold this one. But he's holding 5.
That could help restore the sun.
He's being forced
Black
to,
hole
to,
sun.
to
Did you see Chloe's hand? Sorry.
he's being forced to contain them within himself. We have a path forward, but it's not going to be easy.
One thing I've learned from being in this group is that nothing comes easy for us.
That's fair. Somewhere further down there is a village of Myconids, mushroom people, called Elgiri Village. They are opposed to the Amethyst cult. If we can make friends with them, it will be a great boon to us.
Then let's go.
Do we
Come,
have...
I've got my iPod. We can listen to him walking on sunshine.
I think we should go without the music.
Oh. All right.
Copyright reasons.
Yeah.
Do we have like a direction to Elgiri Village, or just go to Elgiri Village?
The way to Elgiri Village was given to you. It was in the split in the path. It was the rightmost direction.
Okay. And we went down the left initially.
Correct.
Okay.
The exact opposite.
So if we go back out from here, we take the right path. We'll find our way to these myconids, but I am somewhat curious about this unknown passage. Do I still have a bat familiar? That's been well
Yeah.
within that amount of time, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I say, if you'll indulge me for just a minute, and I'll send the bat
Okay.
down the center tunnel. But quietly.
Okay. Make a stealth check. Yeah.
It's like bouncing off the walls.
Right. It'll take me a second to find the bat
Oh my
stats.
god.
But I rolled a natural 19. Don't you... Oh my god.
I do that to Cody all the time. Just like any inconvenience or like anything he asks me to do, I'm like, oh my god.
21 stealth.
21 stealth. So the bat glides and flits through the tunnel.
Practically gliding.
Eventually reaches the center path chamber. Which direction would you like to move him? To the rightmost path towards Elgiri Village, or towards the center path?
Oh, I guess I was working off the assumption that we had gone back to the fork, but we didn't move at all. I just sent the bat. So I'm set. My intention was to send him down the center
Of the fork.
of the fork. Because if we're going down the right, I want to see what's down the center before we just keep walking. If it's danger, I want to avoid it. If it's treasure, your boy wants it.
Sure. All right. So, so the path with like the mineral smell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sending the bat along. It's a pretty long trek. A couple of minutes go by as the bat continues to fly. Go ahead and just make a perception check for me, Dane.
All right. With my stats or with the bat stats?
Let me see. This is find familiar, right? So this is technically the bat's senses.
Well, it's a wild companion, which allows me to cast a find familiar spell.
Yeah, so it's their senses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a +1. Unless there's... Is it... Am I looking at sight or hearing?
Whatever you choose.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a 13 for hearing,
Okay.
with blind sight being a sense at the bed house.
Sure. So, something that is very obvious to you as the bat continues to fly down this tunnel is that the tunnel seems to be getting gradually wider and wider. What you can also notice is that there are collections of water, small puddles, and it seems as though the ground is less stable, and there are almost like divots in the ground, but they're smoothed by what seems like the continual dripping of water. And so, while the floor here is less of a hard, rocky, or dirt texture, it seems more of like a polished stone that seems perpetually like humid and moist. And the bat senses through the smell. This is a very humid tunnel, and you can tell that there is water coming down from the sides of this tunnel, and kind of gathering at the bottoms of it. So there are several puddles pretty much everywhere, and what you can hear is the slight trickle and dripping of water all around you.
All right. No movement or anything like that?
Not really, no.
Okay.
What do you see?
With
Well-
your bad
Oh,
eye.
here. What do you hear?
All I can see and hear right now is the stuff in the cave. I can't perceive any of you while I'm tuned in.
Oh, you can't?
No. All my senses are in the bat.
I'm gonna violently shake Dane. Tell us what you see.
I think I would perceive that, right?
You can feel everything, correct?
Okay. So I'll pop back and like grab my staff and like ready to rumble.
Hey Dane, what'd you see?
That center path, it's wet. It's humid. There's water running through the cave.
Is it worth investigating?
This honestly sounds like my ex. It's best to stay away from that path. This is raw done, by the way, still.
Anyways,
I feel so awkward right now.
I'm gonna throw up.
did someone
but-
say a sex thing? Ew.
I'm gonna start heading towards this right path now because y'all are laughing at my completely hilarious jokes.
The bat isn't within 1,000 feet of me, is it? Because if we're here, let's say in this fork, and it went back down this way and then back this way, is it within 1,000 feet of me? You know what I'm saying?
I would say yes, it would still be.
Okay. So if I can command it, I'm gonna have it drink a little bit of the water.
Okay, so the bat kind of goes down. It kind of gets its like little tiny claws and little wings, and it kind of creeps towards the edge of the puddles, and like the little tongue just kind of like flicks into the water. And guys, I love bats. They're so cute. They're kind of ugly though, but they're so cute.
Bats are ugly.
That's okay.
It's the vampire bats.
Make another perception check, Dane.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The bat is drinking water next to this pool. And very interestingly enough, you can see several, what look like aquatic creatures in these pools. Very small. It seems like there are very small but localized like ecosystems. You can also see several kinds of insects all over the walls. Very specifically, what looks like though it's very dark, you can sense a kind of larger looking scorpion-like creature that seems to be eyeing the bat. And you can see this very thin, nearly invisible kind of spittle-like thread kind of dangling from its mouth, and it seems to be kind of like moving itself across the top of the cavern to kind of go and touch against the bat.
All right. I will have the bat try and just kind of move away from it
Okay.
and kind of start flying. If it starts to like give chase, I'll bamf it out of there.
Easily enough, the bat begins to move, and as it moves away, the scorpion-like creature does not pursue. It seems more of a passive hunter, if anything, and so it doesn't give away its position to anything else in the cave. It just lets it get away.
All right.
Ally?
Follow-up question to that. I don't know what type of monster creature that is, but would that count as a sighting for me if I saw it through the bat's eyes?
Let me triple check here. In the meantime, continue.
Was the water clean? Like, was it good drinking water?
It seemed very fresh. It definitely mineral water. It has all kinds of flavors.
Sure.
But
Quincy,
clean
you
is a relative thing.
You would love how many minerals are in this water, in this cave. I know that's a thing, the dissolved minerals. You really care about that. But there is some sort of hunter, some scorpion creature watching those pools.
I think it's dangerous.
Everything's dangerous.
Say this far down, I imagine Rundun's right.
Well, we might as well set off to what we need to do.
But Rundun, what if this hunter, what if it's delicious?
Don't you tempt me, Dane.
What if it could help us?
It's a giant scorpion. I don't know what kind of help that it can do for us.
I was terrified when I met. Oh shit! What's his name?
Wow. Balefire knows nothing.
Yeah, that's Dane's job.
Yeah, Dane knows nothing.
I have really bad pregnancy brain lately. So remind me, what's the dragon's name?
Antorian.
Thank you. Okay. When I first met Antorian, I was terrified.
Yeah.
So first you were afraid.
I was petrified.
All right. It was good knowing you guys.
Oh Lord, have mercy on our souls.
We can't judge him by what he looks like.
You can.
Well, I mean,
I've never seen an elf before. Is Priscilla still with us?
Priscilla is still with you.
Fuck.
Good old Priscilla.
what about Bruno? Is Bruno with us?
I don't know what Chloe's name.
Bruno, Priscilla, John Mulaney.
I love him.
And
I hope he's doing all right.
Pepper.
Salt and pepper. I love that joke.
Brady, you were looking something up. Is that
It does count as a sighting, but for the purpose of metagaming, I'll say that until you decide to transform into it, you won't know what it is. But currently, it is outside of your realm of expertise.
okay?
Keep that in your mind. Or write it
Okay.
down somewhere.
Got it. Did I get the sense that it was? You said it was like a passive hunter. Did I get the sense that it was any sort of intelligent creature?
From that interaction, it was too quick. Not enough to really gain from that, no. It was barely an interaction. All it did was inch toward you. Perhaps with some other kind of interaction, you can maybe try to glean something from that, but not enough to go on.
Sure. Yeah, I'll see if I can learn anything else. So I'll go back into the bat's senses and
Sure. Okay.
have it go back for another drink.
All right. Your bat goes back down for another drink. This creature, while you can hear it moving around, its form is nearly lost on you. Mostly because of your blind sense, you can tell kind of what it looks like, and it looks semi-scorpion-like, but any other kind of features are lost. And there is this, like I said, there's this kind of this thread-like filament that hangs from its mouth, and it just slowly eases it towards the bat. It's barely visible. Just your keen senses in that roll were able to tip you off to what it was, but otherwise you could have just thought it was some kind of like a web of some kind, or
Sure.
But seems to be wanting to get closer to the bat.
Sure. I'll have the bat kind of fly up and like crawl up the wall just a little bit, like halfway up the wall.
Sure. It continues to follow. And it's very slow, very sneaky.
Sneaky little guy.
But it seems determined to get that filament closer and closer to you.
If the bat turns and like looks at it, is it? What happens? Like if it knows it's been seen, I guess is my question. Like if it actually. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Says the bat.
Says the bat.
As soon as the bat turns to look at it, it stops moving completely.
So then, with my senses in the bat still, I'll say, it's clever, but perhaps only in the sense that a good natural predator is clever. It knows when not to move to avoid being seen.
Well, doesn't sound too friendly.
I wouldn't say so. I was answering that question for Balefire, but I'm not sure if she can hear us.
Carla?
You good?
Sorry, Kelsey told me she's not home, but I keep hearing noises.
She's fucking with you again.
Not this again.
I'm scared.
She does this all the time, Carla.
BRB gonna just murder Kelsey. She's trying to scare you.
Oh, okay.
Murder her?
It's the only logical solution.
Prepare to die.
What was the question?
Oh, Breaker's got done inspecting the animal and came to the conclusion that this thing is acting like a predator.
Trust you, Jane.
It's hunting. It's clever, but in a way that a predator is clever. It's It knows when not to be seen. It knows when not to move, but it's determined to catch the prey that's in there right now.
Let's not look for a fight.
Also, to clarify, that's the first time that Dane said that. Just repeated for your sake. Dane can't hear or see you guys while I'm still perceiving through the bat.
She texted me she's home. I hate when she does that. God.
Yeah, I'll snap the bat back to me.
Okay.
Kind of have it hang off my finger there. I'll say, it's... There may be some residue in it for us, but I'm
Let's
not
not
sure
look for a
what
fight.
else. Perhaps we can come back this way. Once we've gone through the harder dangers and we're a little more bloodied.
I'd be higher leveled.
Yeah, perhaps if we level up while we're finding the Baron, we can come back and I'll have more wild shapes then. It'll be
Yes.
a gas.
I don't know.
I think we just leveled up too, right? Yeah.
Depends how difficult this is.
Mm-hmm. All right, shall we?
Aye. Rondon seems to be jumping at the bit.
Hopefully, Eric and Rava will be there.
I imagine she seems like she could be quite a good trainer. She's very
Strong.
I look
Very
at him. I
strong.
go, "Be polite."
I'm giving her a compliment.
This is awkward.
Quonset catchphrase.
Yeah. Just screaming at Dane. You're making everyone uncomfortable.
What else is new?
Is it this way?
Yeah, it will go back to the that fork.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look for a moment down the center path, just considering, and then I'll send the bat ahead down the right path. Yes, if I can hold on to someone's shoulder, I can keep an eye out a little ways ahead.
All right, come on, Dean. I got you.
I don't know why I imagine Dane just riding on Rondon's shoulders, like you do with a kid, but like super opposite of that with a gnome and a full-grown
Oh,
adult.
so when you said super opposite of that, I was like, is he riding on the front of your shoulders? Like,
Oh, God.
Nope.
is this a power bomb?
Ugh. No. So
But you have to like bend down to like.
Anyways. What's the move here, guys?
They're going down the far right tunnel.
Okay.
and
Alright,
I've
it
got
is.
I've got a hand on Rondon's shoulder as we walk. What was that, Kwon-sang? I'm sorry.
I said far right. It is.
Okay. So, as you continue down the far right split in this tunnel, like I said before, the smell down here is very, very musty, very mildewy. It's definitely a very, very interesting. The air is thick with something. As you all begin to kind of look around, first of all, I guess make a perception check.
Oh.
Whoever would like to.
Almost.
Whoever's leading, I guess. Who's in the front?
Oh, I guess that'd have to be me, wouldn't it?
But I can see over him. Can I make a perception check?
Yes, please, please, please.
They also did send the bat ahead. I don't know if that.
Using the bat ahead of this one too?
Oh, that's right. That's why you're holding it under Rondon's shoulder.
That's why I'm holding it under Rondon's
Okay,
shoulder.
so then Dane, make a perception check. If you're trying to be stealthy, also make a stealth check.
Okay. But I can't see what's immediately around us, so I can only, like, if the bat passes something and then something
Right.
creeps out so it wouldn't hurt for other people to be watching around us. as
Gotcha.
well.
No way.
Cool. I'm going to try to hear. 'Cause that's the bat's better thing. That's a little bit better. 15 to perception with a 18 to stealth.
Okay, gotcha. So, as all of you begin to go down this tunnel, the bat goes further ahead. You continue further down, and what is more so apparent to you, Dane, as the bat is creeping forward, is that there are these strange, almost oblong shapes kind of jutting out from the sides of the cavern wall, and soon enough there isn't any rock that you can see. It all seems to be some kind of strange, indiscernible kind of matter, and every so often you hear the sounds of some kind of gas being released, some kind of a or a, and the air is
That's
cloudy.
painful.
You're not exactly sure what it could be, but it's a little hard to see without your blind sight and without your hearing. So you're definitely at an advantage when you're flying through this place with your bat. Those sounds are pretty much what dominates this tunnel. And like I said, pretty soon you stop seeing rock, you stop seeing dirt, and it seems as though this matter seems to cover the entirety of the tunnel as it starts to get larger ahead of you. From this vantage point, you're not able to tell exactly what it is. You could try to fly down and see exactly what you're dealing with, but it all looks like it's organic, and it appears to be covering every inch of this tunnel.
All right. I'm going to keep the bat within 80 feet of us.
Sure.
Just kind of 80 feet ahead. And I'm going to ask it to, like, alert me if, like, it senses any creatures or anything.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tune back in to the crew. Seems like the caves get more crystalline.
Nothing of danger ahead.
It's danger every path.
Always.
That's true.
What is danger if not courage, persevering?
You'll get it soon, Brandon.
Great. Does anyone else see Drew like stuck?
Yeah. Oh no.
Cute.
Yeah. Everyone do it.
I'm going to do it after I take a picture of him. It actually reminds me a lot of 18-year-old Drew.
That's very true.
The Goku head scratch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Vegeta! Shut the fuck up, Vegeta. Which was like something he'd never say.
Go back yourself if you want to know again.
Oh,
His computer just randomly shut off.
Shoot.
and our screens are messed up. Oh no.
Oh no.
Tyler's face
Here.
is cut in half.
Hold on.
What else is new?
That's just his face.
Oops, wrong one. Hold on, hold on.
Actually,
I'll fix it here. Hold on.
I'll drink to that. I am one sleepy guy.
Mr.
There you go.
Sleepy, you might say.
Mr. Sleepy. Poopy to poop.
Ah.
Carly, you have to not sign in with your audio when you log in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so cancel, like, leave the meeting, and then when you get back in and it says, do you want to use your audio? Just to cancel it.
There. No.
There.
No. Like, log out.
No, I disconnected my audio.
Oh, okay, you were able to do that?
Yeah. There.
Cool. So now I have to rearrange this. Shiata. And Eric says Carla Elfritz. Oh, there we go. Hold, please.
Oh, please.
Thank you.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da.
All right. Do we want to continue or do we want to wait for him?
We can keep going as long as it's not climatic.
And then Kwansang suddenly dies.
No.
I mean, we're just going down the tunnel, like a path. So I think it's okay for now, right?
Yeah, and we can probably walk a little further.
Unless something happens, then we wait. But yeah,
I mean, this is D&D. Something is bound to happen.
yeah.
I don't know, man. We've been playing for a while and nothing has happened.
That's fair.
Yeah, we keep walking.
Okay. So, you continue walking. And it is apparent to all of you now that the ground... Oh, he's back.
And then Kwansang dies.
Dude, that was the freakiest thing I've ever had happen to me. Like, I laughed at Brandon, whatever he said, and then my screen just went black. My computer tower was just off.
Oh wow.
It was almost
Wow.
like we lost power to the house, but it was only specifically my computer.
That is weird.
Yeah.
We were all making fun of you because your screen literally froze to you just doing...
Really?
Yeah.
I just sent you the picture. I said it reminds me a lot of 18-year-old you.
Anime AF, dude.
All right, let's continue.
Okay.
So, as you continue down this hallway, or this tunnel, rather, the rest of you, Kwansang, Rondon, Balefire, Presea, you all begin to notice that, if you've been saying this, Dane, that it is indeed true that the tunnel itself, there is some kind of strange organic matter that kind of takes over the walls of this tunnel. And you can see these almost like spreading like veins or kind of like roots of something like creeping across the ground, not moving, but you can see that it's like settled there. And pretty soon you stop seeing earth and stone around you in the tunnel, and it is all covered in this strange organic matter.
Can I like see if there's any type of like magic attached to it?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and you can. I would say if you wanted to check if this is particularly magical, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
14 plus 8.
Wow.
14 plus 8. Nothing inherently magical about this, but as you kind of take a look closer, this appears to be some kind of like a creeping fungus of some kind. And you can see that there are these like oblong shapes in the walls, some spherical, and you begin to hear the almost like a pressure or gas releasing all around you, just like a or some kind of like, and the air begins to get cloudier. There are these strange little things floating around in the air that kind of cloud your vision. As is anyone holding a light source?
My scimitars.
Your scimitars. Okay, so it kind of clouds the air, and it becomes very hard to see. But you can see that all around you there are different kinds, that like mushrooms that are like shelved, some that are porous and oozing, different kind of slime and strange organic material across the walls.
Is there a way for me to check and make sure this is not poisonous?
Eat it. Eat it.
Sure, fire away.
Let's see. Are you proficient at all with herbalism?
No.
Not really. So I would say this would be just a straight,
Is it nature?
just a straight intelligence. Well, are you proficient in nature?
Is it the black dot?
Yes.
No.
So you can just go ahead and make a nature check. Sure.
Nature check?
I think we know someone who's resistant to poison.
Hussein?
Me.
No. I grab a mushroom and eat it.
Just any of them?
You die.
Well, I want to see if
It's
like
not
what we're
poison.
breathing is.
One that's not slimy.
Sure. You grab the nearest mushroom to you. This one appears to be a very strange, like a dark purple that oozes like a red, and it looks kind of yummy because it looks like jelly coming out of these like pock marks all around it. You take a bite and it's just very disgusting. Not necessarily poisonous, but it's just gross.
I just go, "Ooh, hey, Kwanzaa, you want to try some of this?"
Okay.
Delicious. I'm just
Yeah.
filling it.
Last time I tried something that you gave me, Rondon, I pooped for 30 minutes straight.
And how hilarious was that?
Good point. And I ripped the mushroom out of his hand, and I act like I'm gonna eat it, and I turn my head and throw it behind me.
Okay.
Deception check, please.
I'll do it. Let's see. Deception.
This would be sleight of hand.
Oh, sleight of hand? I'm proficient in that.
Oh, fuck.
I have a +8 in sleight of hand, by the way. So 25.
It's gone. He just took that down the gullet.
And I'm
Wow.
like, wow,
I'm
very good.
honestly surprised that you didn't retch at it. Like,
He didn't even chew, but somehow you saw it go down his throat.
you must have like an iron palate. I swear. Dane, did you see this?
I did. I saw it.
That was amazing. I can't even believe it.
But like I feel like I have a different angle. So
You're on the other side of Kwanzaa as he turns.
Straight down the hatch.
Balefire. What was that check?
Natural one.
Natural 1? You're not
This
sure?
No.
mushroom tastes great.
I have
You
no
should try
idea.
it.
Yeah, no, not really any idea.
You should try eating the mushrooms.
No thanks.
That's what your natural one says.
Who has the highest passive perception?
Aiden, I think.
I got it.
probably me.
What
I
is
got
your
a
what is
hot
your
10.
what is your perception, Dane?
18.
Okay. You saw Kwansang do the trick. It looked convincing enough from your standpoint, but you were actually close enough to him to watch it actually land on the ground. A few moments of talking with each other and kind of joking about it. The mushroom is no longer on the ground where it was thrown.
Hold on. And I'll go and kind of look closer at the area. Is there anything there?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm really good at those. I'm going to give myself guidance.
Sure.
No way!
I rolled a natural 20 and a 4 on my guidance
Nice.
guy.
Damn.
Plus 1, so 25 to... Oh, we lost Drew
Damn
again.
it.
Uh-oh.
And just like that, Dane knows everything.
Shall we wait for him? What do you think, guys?
How important is this information that's coming?
Kidding.
I'm
vary.
kidding.
It's juicy.
I wonder what's going on.
Good question.
So, as you look down at the ground, Dane, where the mushroom would normally have been, and something so seemingly minuscule, something that could have easily been missed, are what looks like a tiny little... Oh, he's back, maybe? There he is.
Sure what it is.
Alright, bud.
No, that's okay. It happens.
Alright. So, as you look down, something that's so small, so minuscule that could have been easily missed is that on the ground, this soft organic material of what is essentially all fungus, you can see the gait of a very small creature.
Small gate?
Like a walking pattern.
Guy. I was imagining like
No.
Me too. I was like, huh.
The mushroom got up and walked away.
hold up. What?
Could you be a person?
Is that what I'm understanding, Brandon?
Wait. You're telling me I took a bite of something that was still living? I think I'm gonna be sick. Gonna be sick.
I'm so sorry, sir. Friend. Excuse me. Where are we? As I'm like hunched over real low.
You can see that from around a cluster of these fungal shapes in the wall, out comes this very small-looking mushroom creature, the same kind of mushroom that Kwanseng had plucked, and you can see that from the tear of the mushroom, appendages have grown. These 2 legs, 2 arms, and what you can see to be very small eyes but no mouth. And it looks up to you. This it has this like very large, like almost like a cap to its head as it looks up to you. Very small, maybe like a half a foot tall. And you can see it waving its arms around.
Like, in fear? Like, is it frantic?
Make an insight check.
Or is it like, hi, we're friends now?
After you just bit me.
You could also try to mind link it.
Insight is 26.
26.
Damn.
It starts to wave its arms around in a fashion that indicates that it's gesturing for all of you to come closer to it.
Hey, come in, get a little closer. Oh.
And as everyone kind of leans in, you can see it suddenly it looks like it sneezes. And there is this cloud of spores that suddenly go out from it. And they begin to cling to your skin.
Fuck.
Some of them go into your eyes and you have to blink a little. And suddenly there is this consciousness that suddenly seeps into your mind. And this sudden, not a voice, but you can just, it's almost like you automatically hear the words, but it's more so as though you understand what they're saying without words. It's more of a feeling of understanding what they're trying to communicate.
Well,
But for the purposes of roleplay, you hear this voice. And it says, hello.
Honestly, I was not anticipating that kind of voice from you. But that's very pleasant.
What brings you travelers down this path so far beneath Onor?
Well, we're kind of looking for the Baron. Do you know the Baron?
These words are lost on me, but perhaps we can help each other.
First off, I'd like to apologize for plucking one of the mushrooms off the wall and taking a bite out of it. I feel like that was a very insensitive move on my behalf.
You can see them slowly begin to walk their way. This tiny little, like, barely over 5 inches mushroom, and it places its tiny little like mycelium arm like on your shin, and it says, "Do not worry, friend."
Thank goodness, I was worried for a hot minute. I appreciate that. To be fair, Quansang did finish the rest of it off, so...
Yes, and it looks towards everyone else like...
Shut up.
Like, oh shit.
This guy's so dumb.
Oh man.
We are looking for the amethyst dragon.
You can see that their visage visibly changes to that of more so you, Dane. You can see that their expression, their body language suddenly drops to that of extreme opposition and fear.
The amethyst dragon has captured the Baron that we're looking for. We are looking for a way to rescue the Baron from him. Perhaps by way of aid from the Elgiri Village.
Yes, I see it. It might be possible for a mutual exchange, but to truly determine whether you are a friend of Elgiri Village, we must talk. All around you, I am Elgiri Village. That strange looking thing over there. And you can see this like this sagging fungal like thing. That is Elgiri Village.
Oh wow, nice to meet you, Mr. Village. Like,
It's kind of floppy and moist, and it's just kind of like wet noodles. Just
Well, I was not anticipating this to be Elgiri Village, but this is. I like what you're doing with the place. I like that fungus right there. I like that fungus right there. And I just kind of lean in towards Kwansing and like, some of this fungus is kind of gross. But it's real nice. It's real nice.
We are all one with Elgiri Village. I can lead you to the colony, and there you can meet our sovereign. I feel like they will make the decision for all of us. Perhaps you can even join our melding ceremony.
I was also kind of curious if you had some fungus that, if you had some SCOBY, I'd like to make some kombucha while we're traveling.
I'm not familiar with these words.
Never mind. Please continue.
I'm curious. What's this melding?
You'll have an answer soon enough. I feel as though first you must prove yourself a worthy ally to the village itself to exchange further information. Though I do not take offense in uprooting myself, it's difficult to trust travelers so early, given recent times.
Of course. Have you seen a tall, strong woman walking around?
Woman. I am not familiar with this word.
Person. Like us.
Yes, the humanoids. Do not take offense to this, but it is difficult to distinguish some of you apart.
Wow.
I'm immediately taking offense. I look to Rondon and I look back to myself and I go, no. I won't have it.
We look nothing alike. I am very handsome, and Kwansing is very charming. Two different things.
I cast Disguise Self and make myself look just like Kwansing.
And Kwansing, what? Is this a new trick you're doing?
I scream
I
and go,
apologize. I apologize.
I'm sorry, I want to clarify. I don't have Disguise Self. That
Sure,
doesn't
yeah,
really
I know. They say, I apologize. I can only see your forms for what they are, not the personalities behind them.
He's seen another form pass by.
There have been several, yes, and those did not take so kindly to our people.
Well, that seems rather unfortunate of them. Because so far, you've treated us with nothing but hospitality so far, so...
Hospitality.
Hospitality.
That is a Rondon word if I ever heard one.
House plantality.
That is a stretch.
Nailed it.
Did I get the impression when he was like, "You'll know soon enough"? Was that like, I got any bad juju from that?
Make an insight check.
26.
26?
Jeez.
There's no malicious intent, more so like they're just trying to be reserved with their information about their people.
Sure. That makes sense.
Real quick. I guess you did kind of give us your name because you're the village. I was going to ask what your name was. Would you like to name yourself, like, as an individual? What can we call you?
If it makes you more comfortable, then by all means, but I do not recognize such names.
All right.
Will you take us to your people?
Yes.
Say its name. Say its name. Say its name.
Scrappy.
Scrappy.
Very well. And so it begins to walk, and you can see it kind of having trouble, and says, "Prepare yourselves. It is a long journey." And they're just like climbing over like little like fungal roots and different things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop him up. Like, hey,
Yeah.
just point me, and I will carry you. I hate to see you struggle so much.
It's like it's going like for every like one step we take.
Gotta get out of here.
It's a long journey. Like, we can see it from where we're standing.
Oh man.
This will take us 3 hours, but it's like 30 feet.
Yeah.
3 hours.
As you pick it up, you kind of either hold it in your hand or put it on your shoulder or whatnot, and it points the way. Though there really is only one way here. You can see that several of the fungal vegetation around you seems to spring to life more as you are now accompanied by Scrappy. So as you've chosen the name for it. And there's this sort of almost like a symphony of sounds that you were not aware of before, and it seems to be coming from these spores that kind of cling to you. They don't appear to do any harm, but now you can hear the moving and swaying, the different whispers of the fungus around you communicating with itself. It is now aware of your presence, and every one of these like hisses, like it seems more musical than it did before, less intimidating. And you can see that the spores that they released seem to kind of form like a path around you as you walk. Eventually, you walking for, I would say maybe 20 minutes of walking. There are different holes and different pathways throughout this tunnel that you could choose to divert to. However, Scrappy seems to lead you in a very particular direction. And eventually you come upon, as the tunnel begins to widen and widen and widen, you come upon this very large cavern. The ceiling itself, probably a good 200 to 300 feet high. You can gauge the distance from this due to these bioluminescent mushrooms that kind of frame this almost dome-like cavern in here. And you can see these overgrown mushrooms, the size of trees in here, as well as different kinds of mushroom-like people, with varying shades of reds and blues, and they appear to be some standard humanoid height, some smaller like Scrappy is. Others seem to be these like very large, beefy mushroom-like creatures that you can tell are sort of like the muscle around here. And so they all seem to speak in unison as they regard you. And it's like I said, it's not so much as words being spoken, so much as a feeling of, welcome to this village. Like, what do you have to offer? Can you help us? We can help you. And there's a sense of hesitation to that, almost as if they want to be friends, but they're not sure just yet. And so as you continue to walk through this, you can see that there are several kind of like cut grooves in the ground, almost as if there were like these small, probably like 3-inch by 3-inch canals that lead towards the center of the village, that could normally, you would assume that they were carved by water, but they have since gone dry. And so as you continue forward, the spores in the air are everywhere, but they seem to kind of keep at bay as you walk with purpose, as Scrappy leads you further in. Eventually there is this, what can only be described as a very large hut made and carved from fungal matter, where you can see inside not a very particularly complicated room, but more so just it seems like a housing for this enormous, just colossal mushroom. 60 feet tall, nearly 50 feet wide. And you can see that it is rooted into the ground, and its roots and these like fungal veins just kind of spread out and even kind of meld within the walls that itself is kept inside of. This mushroom does not have eyes per se, no mouth, no distinguishing features. But you can tell that it is very well guarded in here, as several of these mushroom-like people either come to pay tribute to it, some with wordless exchanges, and a lot of like heavy guard as well from the larger, beefier-looking mushroom people. And it is at this point that that Scrappy kind of comes down and lands in front of this very large mushroom, and that is where we'll take our break.
Down.
All right. Cool.
No, you're cool.
Well, thank you. I really want to have Scrappy ride the bat.
Mm-hmm. That'd be funny.
That'd be cute as shit.
Little mushroom man riding a bat.
All right, so we'll be back here at 15 minutes after. So 11:45. Does that sound right? Does that sound okay, guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We shall return whenever we feel like it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
We might not come back at all.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the end of break for the Dark Veil.
Dark Veil.
But is it really ever over?
No, it lives on within all of us, deep within our hearts, in our most private and intimate moments. It festers and grows.
Break does?
Hear that? You're
Yeah.
with us forever.
Break will always be here.
Oh,
So-
boy.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, somebody... No, I'm just kidding. We're down a player. Carl's feeling sick, so I feel, as the DM, that it would do justice to the betterment of the player enjoyment to kind of call it for the night. Thank you guys for sticking with us. But
And just kind of as a quick plug, you can always check out our VOD after the show, and as well as our podcast. And you can check out our socials at or at RNG Presents on all platforms. And we're our website, rngpresents.com.
Yes. Tomorrow we will be playing for longer, from 8:30 Central Standard Time to 12:30 Central Standard Time. And hopefully we have more of the party with us. But if not, at the very least, we will bring it. It will be brought. And this time, those commies won't win. We will give it all for America.
Yes.
Slowly becoming Richard Nixon.
So thank you all. Those of you who are still here, those of you who popped in, quick and in and out, and those of you who check out our VODs after the fact and even like our stuff when we're not even online, guys. That's awesome. We had one like when we weren't even online, so thank you. We love
Those
you
people
all.
are-
Stay safe and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Another way.
The Dark Veil is a sponsor, or what is it? Is a product of... Wait, Tyler,
Orange.
before we actually close out, what was our sponsor for today?
The sponsor for tonight was it was the painted lines on the road that help you know how to drive. But then that sponsor was outbid by Mac Peak on the highway.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
ooh, and real quick, because I just got a message. Seb, we love you. Thanks for stopping by,
Seb.
even though you made it a little late. He says he's going to be here all day tomorrow. So,
Oh,
Cool.
hell yeah.
We too will be here all day tomorrow.
well, we won't. But
As soon as I wake up, I'll be right on here. Waiting.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
And thank you
love
for entering the
and
dark
peace.
The Dark Veil.